Spy Classroom, Spy Classroom. One thing I definitely do want to say about this anime, this anime is very, very intrigued. Thanks to my friend who told me, he said, "Don't drop this anime. You need to continue watching it." Yeah, continue watching it. I said, like, okay, well, why should I continue watching it? He said, trust me, it's good. You're gonna love it. I said, like, okay, and so basically I'm here to give it a try because my friend wants me to wants me to give this anime another try. Um, but anyways, enough about that. One thing I definitely do like this episode. This episode was definitely a lot better than episode one. That's just my opinion. Because I felt like episode one was just kind of a little rushed. That's what it kind of felt like to me. It was also a little boring too, because it really did not really basically give me the vibes and stuff like that. Like some other anime series are basically and stuff like that. I know this is a completely different anime and stuff like that. I would consider this as like a military anime. I do think and stuff. Because one thing I definitely want to say is that as based with this, based with Claus, as based with himself, he's the leader of these girls. Train them how to become spies, how to become better spies, and stuff like that. And they were trying to plan an attack on him, not like killing him or anything like that. But it's just basically to train them, just basically to do that and stuff like that and stuff. Basically, from what I'm thinking, that him and the girls and Claus and basically the old guy, which I will definitely get in here in a few minutes. Because the reason they got all these girls around, because they just want. It's not just because of like he likes the girls or something. I'm assuming he does. I'm assuming he does, but the reason I'm basically what I'm saying here is that the reason why he's doing that, because he wants somebody to basically to help him go through some of these go through how to be spies and stuff like that, and basically and so he said that he also had a team which was called the Team Inferno, and because what happened to them, they did this mission which is called a Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible. So if you guys never seen the movie Mission Impossible, think about this also well too. When you're trying to get surveillance, surveillance on different places, like take pictures and stuff like that, what's going on and stuff like that. That every mission that they go to, basically spying or whatever that they're doing, it's hard. It's hard, and it's difficult. It really is not. Now there is no saying. Oh yeah, are they going to come back? Or are they going to come back and live another day? They don't know that, because even though they're putting their lives at risk, basically that's basically what they're doing. And basically, it's important for them to try not to get themselves in trouble. Take as for instance, one of these two girls, basically they were pot picketing, means they got caught. So that means they got caught with one of the cops or something there. And now that had me worried, because I thought those two girls were going to get arrested, because they were saying, like, the cops were basically saying, oh yeah, you guys are pickpocketing and stuff like that. That's basically what you're doing. We can't allow that in the country. And one thing I'm actually kind of surprised, they didn't have it in their pockets. And so I was going, what did they do with that? That's what it seems to me, because they're holding hands and stuff like that. Because I was going, man, this mission's already just already fell for good. It's not gonna work out and stuff like that. And I just been like, and over than that, I was actually quite shocked and surprised that they didn't have it, or they must have hidden somewhere else and stuff like that. And so yeah, because if they were to find out what they got, then yes, they're jeopardizing the whole mission and stuff like that. Because sometimes it's hard to avoid cops, sometimes it is easy or not. I'm not saying in real life or something like that or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just using it as for references, because basically what I see, basically anime and movies and stuff like that. And take that for instance as basically Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a great actor. He does these movies, with Piedmont, basically one of his biggest sponsors that he really actually loves and stuff like that. And and stuff, basically you have him like hanging from this roof, okay? And he's trying to get like intel. He's trying to get like intel from this computer. This computer knows everything, like about the government and other different things and stuff like that. And he's trying to get like information and stuff like that. And one thing also as well too is that he has to keep his temperature at a good rate. Means that if he were to get hot or something like that means the whole entire building. Well, actually not the whole entire building, but even though based on what they're in, where the computer is based at, that can get him into really a lot of trouble. One thing he also has to remember is that I remember like during the time, like when Tom Cruise was like, basically up in the air, and basically one thing he has to be careful is also too make sure that his sweat from his face doesn't drip down all the way down to the ground, because if it did, that can cause an alarm, and everyone say, yeah, there's somebody in there. Because let me just say this, the room is very, very sensitive, because there's a reason for that. Why it's very, very sensitive is because they have to make sure that they make no mistakes. That's what they have to do. And just like when you see Tom Cruise like going down, 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 he has his card or something like that, or disc or something like that. Puts it in the machine. He gets the information from the computer, and then bam, he gets out and stuff like that. And that's basically he did. But even though his old crewmates, they died, they passed away because something must have happened. I have not seen all the movies of the Mission Impossible. I have not, but I've heard the first one. It does get very interesting, but it does get kind of boring also as well too, because sometimes it's hard to explain the base of what's going on and stuff like that. And the reason I'm saying this is because that's how you basically you do your business, being a spy or just being an interloper, and just basically just doing it and stuff like that. And just basically what Tom Cruise basically is just doing, like I said before, if he were to sweat, if one of his sweat were to drip down from his face to all the way down to the ground, that can cause security concerns, and that can lead to basically also big troubles also too. But you also have to remember also too, because the room has a certain temperature basically in the room. So if the temperature of the room were to go up, then they're putting themselves at risk, and there's a very good possibility, because they're not going to arrest them. They're just going to shoot them and just say like, we don't like what you're doing, and they can get rid of it. Bam, just like that. Because you know why? Because those are secrets. Those are basically those are basically they are secrets. So yeah. I really do love this anime. It's quite interesting, thanks to my friend, I would say. I'm not going to say his name right now, but even though he's such a great guy, he loves anime also too. He's a real sweet guy. He has autism, but he really does. But yeah, it was, I think I said enough about this episode. But even though there's also some other things I definitely want to say also too, because like I said, for every mission that they go on to, or maybe an impossible mission, is just to make sure that they're not doing make sure not to get themselves in a whole lot of trouble and stuff like that. And be able to, that's really what I'm saying. And then when you got like like James Bond. I don't think James Bond's not considered as a spy. I don't think it really is not. I think he partially works for the government, which I definitely do think, because he has like all these gadgets and stuff like that. That's basically what he has and stuff like that. He's kind of like a agent guy, that's what they call him, 007 or something like that, or something. I'm not really sure. I have not seen James Bond's movies in such a long time. I really loved them because I was always so excited to basically actually to see them and stuff like that. And I think they're quite interesting. And you also got like a video game, like this guy, his name is Snake or something like that. I think he's like a ninja guy or something. And then you also have this other guy. He has a bandana around his head and stuff like that. I see one of my friends play it, but it's a really good game to play. It really actually is, and stuff like that. It's kind of like a spy game, something like that, similar to that. But it tells more a dark history, basically what's going on into the game. Basically the storyline, what's going on, basically other different things. The government and stuff like that. People will do whatever it takes. Just to get their gripping their fingers, on something so important that can be worth some money in the future. So I mean, yeah, I will probably say, yeah, there are probably spies in the United States, which I'm not going to get into, because let's say balloons were flying ahead, if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I definitely like this episode. I really do. I'm going to thank my friend, thank him, and stuff. So yeah, I love this. I love this, but I hope everyone definitely understand what I'm trying to say here and stuff like that. I don't mean to get off topic, but I'm just basically just saying different references and stuff like that, because that's why Claus is basically just want these girls to know that this is going to be an impossible mission. Now they also have another mission at hand, that they're supposed to get these bioweapons and stuff like that, and that's basically what they're basically trying to do. And basically because if they don't get these bioweapons from the lab and stuff like that, that can cause a huge catastrophe that can cause not billions, but probably millions of people that could die. Even though that's what basically what it seems to me. That's so yeah. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this anime review. Like I said, I hope you guys definitely do understand, but I don't mean to get off topic. I just want to make a few things something clear. This is basically what I see in movies or anime, whatever it may be, or shows. So yeah. So yeah, it was just it was us guys. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit like button, give me a thumbs up, and please hit the notification bell also too. This is how you guys watch my videos, and please do become slow. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember, I love you guys. Please stay. Remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care.